Gather Round is here yet again, and this year 7 clubs have released special edition Guernseys to wear over the next few days in Adelaide, and I'll be ranking them from worst to best. I did this last year and the Eagles came on top of the rankings. This year they've released a completely new one. Let's see where they sit this year. First of all, coming in dead last, and it will certainly be the only thing they come last in this year, I've got Hawthorn. You look at this picture of Congan in training and it looks quite natural. However, that jumper cannot be worn in a proper AFL game. That is a training Guernsey if I've ever seen it. I like the Hawthorn monogram. I like the gold base, but you can't be plastering the monogram that big in that position. It is just so lazy. It is a training jumper, nothing more, nothing less. That's all it is. You cannot be wearing that in game. I would be fuming if Freo made a special edition Gather Round jumper and just we whipped out our training jumper with our Freo logo just plastered on the front. It wouldn't be very gathery, would it? Yeah, I'm not a fan of this whatsoever by Hawthorn. They are going to cop the last place. In 6th, I have the host city, Adelaide. The Gather Round jumper in the previous couple years has been super, super nice. It's been a nod back to the early 2000s jumper with their old logo, and now they've actually changed their logo this year. They've gone just basic. I think this jumper is very much so a marketing tactic for their new logo. They're trying to get their new logo seen in more places. I don't think it looks terrible, but a lot like Hawthorn, it just looks a lot like a training jumper. Like, it's just a navy blue base with the logo very largely plastered across the front. Surely they can do a bit more. Like, the past couple years have been so nice. If they just did that with the new logo, which basically looks the same, by the way, again, it would have copped some more sales. It would have copped some more good attention. And yeah, I really like the Crozons from the previous couple years. I think they've taken a step down this year. I mean, to be fair, when you've got Riley Philthorpe rocking that jumper, he can make anything look good. That man is an absolute brute. In 5th, this was really tough now, because I think from 5th upwards, these are all really good jumpers, and they're very, very close. I think Adelaide and Hawthorn were a clear bottom 2 because they were basically just training jumpers. These 5 are basically all the same. They are super close. In 5th, I have got the West Coast Eagles. So this is called the Electric Eagle, and it is based off their 1980s logo and uniform. I mean, there's nothing like their uniform from the 1980s apart from the colors. This is very, very bold. I made a comment a couple weeks ago that I didn't particularly like it when they released it because it looks like just a knockoff sort of retro jumper, and I'd rather than bring back a legitimate retro jumper. However, my perspective has changed massively on this. Like, I've got it sitting in 5th, but I still really like it. Despite being a Fremantle fan, I do quite like the really, you know, sort of royal blue and the neon yellow. I think it works super well as an AFL jumper. I think that color is beautiful. I love the neon yellow on the shoulders. I think the massive eagle is really, really bold, and I think it's a nice jumper overall. You've got Liam Duggan in that photo rocking the long sleeves, which, oh my goodness, they look absolutely stunning. I shouldn't like this jumper as much as I do for a Fremantle fan. However, 2 years back, Ruben Jimby bumped me at a Coldplay concert while scanning my ticket at the gate. So yeah, Ruben Jimby doesn't look good in the jumper. I think one thing I really like about this West Coast jumper is that we see so many teams bring back just normal retro jumpers these days from the olden days. But in 20 years, we'll have no, you know, actual retro jumpers to bring back. And I think if teams can start making, you know, brand new unique jumpers for retro jumpers in 20 years, I think that's really cool. So yeah, this jumper will be hella nostalgic in 20 years, as will a lot of the Gather Round jumpers. And overall, I'm a fan of it. In 4th, I've got the Sydney Swans. Oh boy, if I was a Sydney fan, I would be tapping the credit card straight away. This is absolutely gorgeous. It's so simple, but it is gorgeous. Sort of a stealthy jumper, despite being white, which is the least stealthy color I can think of. Yeah, just an all-white jumper. You got the white cuffs, white collar, and then just a very thin red outline of the Sydney Opera House. It is absolutely beautiful. I think the red Nike swoosh is a really, really nice touch as well. If they could have made that QBE insurance sponsor red, that would have just absolutely solidified the jersey as an absolute banger. However, that certainly does not ruin the jumper. It is still gorgeous nevertheless. I tell you what though, wearing this jumper, it would be a very bad day to shit your pants because this jumper is so white. I'm not sure how this is going to go on Friday night, to be honest. They're playing Collingwood, and Collingwood obviously have a fair bit of white in their jumper. We've seen teams wear their white clash jumper against Collingwood before, but yeah, I'm very, very interested. In 3rd place, I have the St Kilda Football Club. I think the Saints Guernsey game at the moment is close to the best in the comp. They are releasing banger after banger, year after year. Look at Machito Owens. he looks like he owns the club in that jumper. That is absolutely beautiful. So it's based off the Saints jumper that they wore between 1873 and 1885, and they did actually wear this jumper in 2013. I remember them wearing it. I remember a Jack Stephen type in this jumper, and that collar is just absolutely gorgeous, and those red and black horizontal stripes are absolutely gorgeous. The white cuffs as well. I think the white really makes the red and black stand out even more. I remember using this jumper in like AFL Live 2 on my iPad. Like, these were the days. This jumper, despite being used in the 1800s, brings nostalgia back for me, and I'm not sure why. I absolutely love it. I think they've complemented the colours absolutely fantastically, and the Saints have smashed it out the park yet again. In second, the Gold Coast Suns. I mean, when this got released, which was, before the start of the season, I think the whole footy world were a bit like, wow. And not wow in a bad way. I mean, some people certainly wouldn't like it. This is certainly a hate or love kit. I love it. What sort of AFL team is absolutely stupid enough to wear pink? The answer to that is the Gold Coast Suns. I love it. Stupidly beautiful, I say. Touk Miller leaning against that pale pink wall, blending with that pale pink jumper, the charcoal Gold Coast logo with those waves on the side, the charcoal shorts with the pink New Balance. The pink socks are going to go off as well. Now, I'll be at Carlton West Coast on Saturday instead of the game in the Barossa between the Suns and the Kangas, so I'll get to see the Electric Eagle in person, but not being able to see the pink in person is going to break my heart slightly. I just love the boldness of it. There's no reason why they should be doing this, and to be honest, the Suns Clash jumper this year is a bit of a pale yellow, and I really like that as well because the logo sticks out. I like the waves. I think their home jumper is the only one they've stuffed up. The logo's really grown on me. I think it works well on this jumper. The Suns have smashed it out the park. And in first place, the only thing they will be winning this year, the Melbourne Football Club. That is absolutely naughty. So they wore an inverse of this in the preseason versus Freo, because Melbourne always need to have a red-based jumper versus Freo. They actually wore a one-off red jumper against us last year at Optus. So they wore an inverse in the preseason. They have now come out with this. This jumper has obviously been worn before, but oh my goodness, it looks even better now. The red pops off the dark blue absolutely astoundingly. I love whenever a team goes for the use of the old AFL logo. I think it looks fantastic. I think every club should use it at least once a year. I mean, AFL, just bring back heritage around at this point. The clubs are asking for it. It's revenue galore. Kate Chandler tugging the jumper. Clayton Oliver looking like he's about to go rack up 45 against the Dons on Saturday night. Oh my goodness, that is just stunning. There we go. 7 clubs that have all released some pretty solid gather-round jumpers. Apart from Hawthorn and Adelaide, they both suck. Let me know down in the comments what was your favourite jumper, what was your least favourite jumper, and let me know whether you are attending Gather Round this year. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time. Cheers.